Welcome to Stereo 3D Plays. Today we're going to do something really interesting. I was actually going to do a more organized first impressions video of Steam Link. But I thought about it and I kind of realized Steam Link is not the thing I can do a showcase on one shot, kind of like a new game. A bit like Airlink, this is something I'm going to have to spend time with to find the kinks, iron them out, get the best settings possible. It is a new piece of wireless VR tech for me, so it deserves more than just one session, especially like direct to video. So I wanted to do a showcase with Steam Link using Fallout 4. And I told myself before I do that, I should probably go ahead and try just doing a dry run. Not anything official, just one where I play the game and see if everything works normally, work out any issues along the way. And then I thought to myself, wait a minute, let's say that Steam Link has stability issues, or things that'll ruin my gameplay, or worst case, crash my game. I thought to myself, you know what, Fallout is not a let's play I want to compromise in that matter, especially not right now. I am enjoying every part, and I kind of have a set plan, and I want to stick to it. So I needed something else, and there is something that's been beckoning in my library for quite some time. So with Fallout 4 out of the question for this kind of experiment, don't want to take too much risk. I don't want that already fragile game to crash mid-play. Not in that Let's Play series. I was like, I need something that is visually rich, has a color palette that's going to challenge the encoder, something cool to play, but that if it crashes, if it dies, it's not going to matter. I'm going to just restart it and continue the experimentation. Even if we have to start from the beginning, it doesn't matter. So Hellblade VR ended up being the pick. The reason being is this game's been beckoning a lot in my library. I keep wanting to go back to it. I never have a good excuse to do so. I have played it off recording a couple of times, notably once to check out these headset displays, and I just never find an excuse to bring it back on video up until now. This is a great opportunity to showcase this excellent VR game. It's all going to be to test out Steam Link and see how that fares with wireless VR when compared to Airlink. So this is going to be my first full session with Steam Link. I've launched it a couple of times, but the full extent of my experience with Steam Link is 25 minutes. So as a first step in our experimentation, I'm going to show you the settings I'm using for Steam Link. These are settings that I quickly put in while I was testing this very briefly with a throwaway save in Fallout 4. I only played for 10-15 minutes, and then I tried a couple of other games just to see how well the support was working. And I ended up with these settings. So I put target bandwidth at 300 megabits per second. The thing I don't have here that I do have with Airlink is the ability to go with fixed bitrate. However, 300 is pretty high, so I think on dynamic, that may not actually be a problem. That may actually solve the issue of dynamic bitrate, because I reckon that at 300 the minimum is going to be 100 and the maximum is going to be like something like 400. I don't know yet. We're going to see how this looks. Video size, I actually put it to the max. I don't want this to be automatic because it might actually look shit if it goes anywhere below this. I think this is the resolution width per eye, by the way. Encryption is off. I don't need that. Show debug graph, obviously it's off. And then this is another option that I read online a while ago was a good idea to disable. So I went ahead and did that. And that's the full extent of the settings that I have right now.
The path to Hellheim goes from there, across the river of knives that flows from the dark world of Niflheim.
Man, I gotta say, seated VR is becoming a lost art, and it's a damn shame. This is super comfortable. I don't do as much seated VR as I used to, and I keep forgetting how fucking comfortable it is. This is like lazy gaming. I love this. Holy shit, this looks good. This game was a pretty fucking good pick for today. For those of you who think that third-person VR must be weird because you never did it before, you would be wrong. It's actually... It's really surprising how it feels like... A bit like you're not first person anymore, you're kind of like a big camera rig following the player. So it's like watching a fully interactive movie, but in VR where you're trapped inside the movie with the character. It's really cool. I really enjoyed this game, by the way. I actually finished it, almost going through it like a good book that you want to know what happens next and you can't stop reading. I wish these were stereoscopic. They're not. I was just reminded of that earlier when the first cutscene plays. Oh, shit. There is a bit of 3D during the cutscene. I never saw that happen. There is actual depth during the cutscene. That's interesting. It's just very weakened. They reduced the stereo strength. That's interesting. Well, shit, these fuckers are stereoscopic.
The goddess Hela holds his soul there. Her dear beloved.
Oh. I like those transitions. I really do enjoy those transitions, and wow, what a world. I will say one thing about this game that I wish I could do right now. Just look through the graphic options. I cannot disable this fucking anti-aliasing. I don't need it. I'm running at 1.4 super sampling and the anti-aliasing messes up the distant detail. Fuck. It does look great though. It fucking, wow. What an amazing look for this game. So, fuck, I'm already forgetting to look for encoding artifacts because this game looks so damn good it blows me away every time I see this fucking shot here. Which I've seen like 4 or 5 times, because I always walk all the way to here when I try out the game. Off recording. It makes a good graphics test. Okay, I have dropped a good 50 frames right there, and I don't know if it's the game doing that, or if it's Steam Link. So since I started, Steam Link stutters, I would say every 5 minutes, I lose a couple of frames. So I went through the entire intro in the boat, and it happened once there. It happened once right after I talked at the end of the river, and now another time here. Trying to see if I see any like distinct artifacts, and aside from a bit of shimmering and anti-aliasing artifacts that I see very well, I can see those distinctly, I do not see anything weird going on with the encoder. In fact, the color palette is looking great. This is very vivid. I actually quite enjoy this. I was talking about doing a showcase video for Steam Link and using Fallout 4. When I get to that, that's probably going to be a video for Stereo 3D Productions and not Stereo 3D Plays, which is one of the main reasons why I chose another game for the experimentation with it. Because I'll be keeping the Fallout Steam Link run specifically for the main channel. 2 reasons. First off, Fallout 4 is a really good challenge for that encoder, just like Skyrim is. It didn't look that good the first time I tried. It actually looked sharper than Airlink, but at the same time there were more encoding artifacts. A lot of encoding artifacts in both games. So I think it'll be a good challenge. And secondly, while a good share of my subscribers come from the Vorpex tutorial days, there's another really good share of my subscribers that I'm pretty sure are there for Fallout 4 and Fallout 4 VR, the Vorpex series and the native VR series. And I think it's time that game makes a brief return on the channel. So it's going to pay a visit because it hasn't been on there in a while. Wow. With the rain and everything, this looks fucking amazing. The game itself is running really well. What I'll be able to tell in my video capture after is every time I perceive frames dropping, in my video, if I see the game continue to run correctly, I'll know that it's an Airlink, a Steam Link latency issue. I am gonna confuse the two so much. During this session, I will continuously say Airlink when I mean Steam Link. Sorry about that. Okay, here we go. Here she goes. No, she's not. She's doing fine. Stop making fun of her ASMR voices. Oh, move over, Senua, because we got some... I see it. Oh, yeah, I see it. We got some encoding artifacts. So there is a wooden ledge between... And then there's like a plank that's like this, but it's cut out in the middle. To the left side, the left cutoff, to the right of the left cutoff, there's a little section that is, right now, artifacting. So I found the color palette. I knew this game was going to have it. And this is what I'm going to be looking for. What I'm surprised of so far is that I did not see that much of this happening. I don't know if it's thanks to a link update or if it's just because I haven't landed on the correct palette yet, but I am seeing it happen here, and this terrible anti-aliasing is not helping. What is it again? F? Okay, cool. Well, okay. Oh yeah, this is the third-person camera. It's a bit jank, so I'll show you the problem with it is when you get too close to geometry. Oh, actually, now I'm not going through, but sometimes the camera will clip through geometry because the orbit is a bit messed up in VR. But that's okay. I can live with that. So just so you know, if you don't know about this game, if you buy the normal desktop edition, it has a VR edition you can install for free as well. So you can basically buy the main game to play in VR. And she's very different. She's got quite a few voices in her head. One of the reasons why I picked this game is I figured, you know, Fallout 4, I keep making it go schizo when I do experiments, and then it really fucks up. This game is already schizo, so I can't make it any more schizo than it is. So this is why this girl is not doing well. She's really, really not doing well.
Look towards the gate. And the gate will open.
Nice. Ah, these visuals, man.
The gate is open. Go through the gate. Go through it. It's dangerous. Follow it. What's like? Where will it take you?
Holy shit, does that ever... Oh, wow! So, by the way, I almost forgot to talk about the fact that this video is in 2D. One of my rare 2D postings with no 3D variant. The reason for this is that Steam Link right now has an issue where the stereoscopic capture looks like this. This is not optimal, and that's, yeah, I would have to stretch that on the width to get the full resolution, which means that's not right, and it would make, because the video would be half width resolution at the source, even the half side-by-side 3D would just not look as good as usual. Not to mention the 2D video would especially suffer. So I gotta go ahead and just do it in 2D for now. I hope they fix this. It's a silly issue. Very few people do what I do, capturing in stereoscopic 3D, but it's a nice option to have. And right now it's just not working correctly. So yeah, back to normal. Another thing I almost forgot to talk about. Actually really important. Big deal. So whenever in the past I would use Steam VR with an Oculus kit, the Oculus kit would go through the Oculus runtimes, then through Steam VR. It's been like that for a really long time. Since the Oculus Rift, where Oculus foolishly decided not to go the open VR route, we've had to go through Oculus, then to Steam VR. This is the first time in the history of commercial VR that I have an Oculus kit directly interfacing with Steam VR with nothing in between. There is no double runtime stack with this method. So this is probably the most optimal functioning of Steam VR with an Oculus kit for now. I really do hope that Meta expose the USB functionality so that Steam Link can also be used as a wired alternative to Steam Link. That would be pretty cool. Oh, the lip sync is desyncing. Is that an audio desync from Steam Link? Or... Wow, that's a big desync. I don't know if it's the game or if it's Steam Link. Took me a while to remember the controls, but something's fucking weird. When I assign the mouse buttons for this... Fuck. Wow. It's getting harder and harder to see. I didn't know the controls when I did this. Oh, nice. Good timing. Oh, there's an... Whoa, 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 whoa. I think you're supposed to die in this section, so they really throw everything at you. Also, oof. Oof. Oh, bullshit! I was actually doing too good for the intro, so they just kill me. Wow. Here we go. Going through one of these missions. See, this is kind of a Skyrim-ish color palette. And if I look very carefully, I start seeing evidence of encoder artifacts, but I don't outright see encoder artifacts. This still looks really fucking good. I have to stare, like, in that little section of herbs right there. I have evidence of encoder artifacts. One of the interesting things of a comparison like this that I'll be doing later, actually after the gameplay, is rewatching the video to see if, like, for example, the aliasing. What if it's due to the encoder instead of the actual game? Which I don't think it is. This really does look like an aliasing issue, but what if I see that on the video, the game looks a lot sharper than it should be? I'll be able to spot differences. What's due to the encoder and what's due to the game very easily. And then by the time I'm like launching Fallout 4 with Steam Link, I'll have a much better idea of what it did with this game. Just by reviewing the footage while I edit it to post it on Stereo 3D Plays. So it's... Even the production of the video goes into the research.
Illusion hides the path of our run. Don't trust your eyes. Find another way to see the truth.
And fix your shaders, because they don't match between the eyes, and it looks really fucked up. Honestly, I don't think I noticed any of these issues the first time I played it. Or maybe I did. Maybe the field of view is different on the kit I used at the time, and I didn't notice it. I think the last time I played this was like on a first-gen headset or something. I don't even remember playing this on the Index. Oh, it might have been the Index. It might have been the Index. Push. Fucking push it. Okay, here we go. Why am I still focused? So here we go. This is the cool thing I wanted to check out. How would y'all do this? Developers, please write to me. Tell me how this works. I mean, this is Unreal Engine's very different than Unity, but I keep thinking Unity-isms when I see this, and how I would do this in Unity, and I get a bit lost because this is what really, really puzzles me. If I go through it, now I'm in that world, and then if I come back out of it and I look through it again, I see the other world. And the same is true for the other directions. If I try to stare through it through the other direction, this is all stereoscopic. The geometry's there and everything. I understand camera masks and culling and shit, but I don't quite understand how this mechanic works. It's actually really impressive to me as a developer who has a bit of experience with game development. I was really blown away by this mechanic. This is looking really good. I'm surprised. I don't know if the encoder's been worked on, if it's just doing a better job, but I'm not seeing the mess that I was in Skyrim or in Fallout. Which means I will definitely need to briefly revisit Fallout before I even think of making a showcase with it, just to see if it too has improved in visuals, and then make my video, because I want to be aware of any improvements before I actually start doing a showcase. Okay, so I'm going to change my keys. What I realized is there's an auto lock when you fight enemies, and now the game, I don't think this was the case when I originally played it, but now the game uses left and right as the attack keys. I even set down to block, which I'm gonna probably even test right now. Yeah, look at that. Alright. Shouldn't be too difficult. Helps when you know the controls. Oh, and I can hit block when that thing comes up. That's what I have to do. Nice. Oh, fuck. What? I thought that was a fucking kill blast. The game is fucking raising the difficulty on me as it goes. I remember that shit. It has an adaptive difficulty. And I would say my biggest problem with it is how it jacks that difficulty when you start doing good. It actually made the end of the game very, very difficult for me. Oh, wow. Nice. Jesus, another. Wow. How many are you going to throw at me, game? You having some fun? Come on. Can I focus? I can't focus. Jebaited.
It's nearly over.
Oh, it's over. It is over. Alright, cool. I can switch back to the mouse. Because now we're done with the fight. Oh, I forgot about these. What? This is so cool. This is so cool. So the thing that really blows my mind is that they have a level with multiple gates like this. And every time you go through the gate, you alter the geometry of the world, but where'd you keep all these fucking layers, and how'd you not make it a complete fucking mess going from layer to layer? 'Cause I thought that was really impressive. That wood texture is challenging the encoding a little bit. It's got that palette that all encoders hate, so it'll be what it is. Hey, Senua. Hey, buddy, old pal. Is that good enough? That is good enough for you. Thank you. All right. Whoa, no! Are you kidding? Oh no! Not this game, guys! That's unfortunate. Y'all didn't think of putting maybe a kill zone? No? Aww.
Become dealt in search of talent. Others, like Senua.
Damn! Hellblade, damn, you got the going through the map thing going for you. That was pretty bad. Hopefully that doesn't happen again. Yeah, never happened to me in my first playthrough. I have reloaded this game, like I said, a few times off recording to play and did not run into these issues. So, yeah, it's still very unfortunate, I gotta say. Okay, good. So, that's done. Yeah. Thank you. Alright. Here we go. The Ravens. Gonna get you. Oh. This is very important. This is very important. I missed the gate. I do have the door already open. It is magic. This is so close.
It's not him. It's true. She's doing it on her own. It's magic. It's an illusion.
Should be close enough. You got it. You know what I'm gonna do, guys? I will bring back this game on the channel, try to disable its AA so I can get some sharper visuals. And I will do it through Airlink. Not too long after this video. Because I'll want to do a direct comparison. I might even start from the beginning again. I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe not. I know enough how the consistency of these graphics go to be able to tell differences even though I'm not looking at the exact same scene. Let's see if this helps. Oh, yeah! Fucking, I can see, motherfucker. So I don't remember if the boss is here. It's not really a boss, it's just a much bigger enemy. It's a heavy enemy. I think this is the first time you encounter one. But I do want to see what I get here. Especially with the increased brightness. Holy shit, that helps. I pushed the gamma all the way to 70. Jesus Christ. Ah, yeah. I keep forgetting to do that. Nice. There's nobody else? There's nobody else. Alright. Fuck, I love being able to turn around. It's when she's locked on that you can just look wherever you want. Nice. I should cancel his attack there. Risky, risky. Oh, he's fucking, I could have kept going. I'm being a bit more conservative this time. Because I did find that this game was pretty brutal with combat. It was actually really difficult to get the hang of. Oh, shit. Let me out. Fuck. There we go. Don't get cornered in this fucking game. Do not get cornered. It's the worst possible thing. Oh, whoa, I was moving. Excuse me. It's very weird with the enemies behind you. Ooh, she fucking first death. What is it again? Whew. Fuck, I missed my, I used to have other buttons mapped for the attacks and I pressed those instead. Oh, fuck. Ah. Nice. Come on, Evan. Nice. And we are done. Wow. That combat is really good. That combat is really fucking good, actually. When you know the controls. I remember by now I had died like 7 or 8 times. And the game just kept getting rot upper arm. There has to have been improvements made to Steam Link because I gotta say, when I loaded in Skyrim's probably the worst result. There was... Basically, I had forest line around me, and there was a good, I would say, yay much in my view, like at the eye level of my view. There's yay much, about 60 degrees vertical worth of MPEG blocking straight up. Like, I could see it all over the image. The image itself was very clear and visible, but I could not ignore the artifacts. Has not happened once in this entire playthrough session. So this means I have a bit more work to do, some revisiting, and some checking out what the hell is going on with Steam Link with Fallout 4 and Skyrim, because this is actually looking pretty good. I hope I'm not stuck. We're not getting a 2-for-1 today. I'm not falling through the map and getting stuck. That's an unfortunate deal that I fell through the map, by the way. Bit bummed out about that one. This is not the kind of game I expected to see doing that. This is interesting. I brought the gamma back down a little bit. It was way too high. I had to put it like to 70. And it was just like washing out everything. So now this is more reasonable. The exposure can go a bit crazy here and there, and this is not gonna like actually outright hurt the eyes. This is such a good puzzle. I remember being in this situation, in this predicament. Oh, I know what to do. I remember this. This was very cool. I enjoyed every minute of this fucking game. Like, you saw me fall through the map, you probably think like, oh, this is fucking... I swear to God, this is actually really good. I am so bummed out that it... And I will leave that in. I did fall through the map. This is something you need to see. I mean, I'm not going to hide that from anybody, but at the same time, I'll tell you, this is not a game that belongs in that category of quality. It's really, really fucking good, and I recommend everyone gets a copy and tries it out. It will likely not send you falling through a map. So, let's do this again. This is why we had a bridge. So we can actually quickly communicate between the two areas instead of having to go through the trench. Hey, please don't fall through the map again. I will do this segment of the puzzle, just to show you how fucking cool this shit is. And then we're gonna call it apart. So once I'm up there, I'm gonna do my outro, we're gonna call it apart. But right now, holy shit, like, this is the most encoding artifacts I've seen all session. I see them. It's mostly in the distant grass. But it is nowhere near as prominent, like I said earlier, as I had in Skyrim. Like right now, at the base of that wall is a color palette I know very well from Fallout. And normally, even Airlink would be struggling with the grass at the bottom of that wall. And I do not see artifacts. At the runtime level, I'm running at 104%. And then at the game level, if I'm not mistaken, it's in graphics. I'm running this goddamn resolution scale, which is really fucking high. Smoother edges in the image, my ass, because of that fucking anti-aliasing. So I honestly don't have any issues with the settings or anything. The resolution is indeed high, but the anti-aliasing is fucking ruining everything. Oh, the fake ravens go away. I remember the object of this puzzle now. It's to make the fucking fake ravens go away until there's only 3 left, and then you go and stand and quickly get your bearings and reveal the symbol. I think we're done here. I think we're done. I'm at an hour 15, an hour 20 or something. That's plenty for me. Like I said, I will come back to this game. I want to do a comparison with Airlink. I'll probably do a video on Stereo 3D Plays about it. So that's a good little thing. This game is going to have an excuse to get some screen time on the Stereo 3D Productions multiverse in a way or another. I'm really happy to bring it back. And I'm also going to be launching Fallout 4 and Skyrim over Steam Link. Off recording, just very briefly to see, because it took me 2 seconds to see the encoding artifacts that I noticed last time I launched each game. And I think once, very short, like 5 minutes, will be enough to tell if there's been an improvement or if it's just the game being different, rendering differently, and giving less of a hard time to the encoder in this case than it does in Fallout and Skyrim. I want to think it's somewhere in between, honestly, because this has been a complete reversal from what I initially experienced. And I gotta say, the reason why I'm so interested in trying out Steam Link is, despite the encoding artifacts that I saw in Fallout 4 and Skyrim VR, the image was clearer than Airlink by, I would say, 15%. You've been watching Stereo 3D Plays in this unlikely video of Hellblade VR, but mainly today's objective, as you know, was to try out Steam Link for the first time in a longer session context where I'm actually paying attention to the game I'm playing. I'm not just testing, going in and shooting a few enemies and getting out. I'm actually recording a video for the channel. Yes, it's 2D. I showed you why I had to do that. We're going to try and see if we can't get our 3D back with Steam Link as well. But this has been a very appropriate test, and I think this is going to go a long way at helping me determine if this tech is a good substitute for Airlink, or, more importantly, if it's superior to it. So, folks, thanks for watching, and I shall see you soon. I shall see you very soon. We got some more content to make. Until then, have a good one.